have to be earning a six-figure salary in order to be able to afford extra help in your business.
Who said anything about six-figure salary, Kritia, to be able to do any business, actually?
Good point.
I'll be honest with you. No, you don't have to. You could probably even just start out. The figures don't really matter too much at the beginning because what's most important for you is if you're looking to start an online business, you could start with a few $100s to be able to outsource and also run a business as well. Obviously, you want to get into profit and make money at the same time, but I've heard of stories where people are just living off $30,000, $40,000 a year and still outsourcing because the cost of outsourcing is so low that they can afford to do it all at the same time. So no, definitely not. You can outsource any time that you choose to do so.
So this is great because you're basically breaking a myth. A lot of people say to themselves, well, I just started my business. I really can't afford outsourcing. So you know what? I'm going to do it all myself. And you're actually saying that even with $30,000, we can actually afford outsourcing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's look at an example. For example, if I was to hire a full-time virtual assistant, say they cost at the top end maybe about $400 a month. $400 a month times 12 is only $4,800 a year. So if you're earning $30,000, you take $4,800, you're still left with about $25,000 per year in profit to be able to either reinvest back into the business, to spend it on holidays, or do whatever you want to do within your business, and you're still better off. So, I mean, I've already broken that myth just by giving you that example, and it doesn't cost very much to outsource.
So you just said that we can actually outsource for as little as $400 a month. Are we talking about people who are qualified here? Because $400 a month seems to be quite low, or am I mistaken?
No, yeah, it's well. Let's have a look. Average wage in say the Philippines, you're looking between about $300 to $450 US per month.
Okay.
And with somebody up in the $400 to $450 US per month, that person, that virtual assistant, is quite well qualified. Now you'd be looking to hire them at say like doing administration tasks, checking your email, handling your customer support. They've already been doing that already. Virtual assistants are very, very common nowadays, and it just really depends on which country you go to search for them. So, in my opinion, yes, at that price, they're quite well qualified. I mean, I pay my virtual assistant around about $350 US per month to be able to get her, and she is phenomenal. She does so many things.
She actually is phenomenal.
I mean, you know that for a fact because you've spoken to her on many occasions, and she basically takes over a lot of things that I have to do that's in the back end. So, like, if you train them up well and you do find the right skill set, no, I mean, 350 is definitely possible, and it doesn't cost very, very much.
Okay, so what about English? You know, we've talked about the fact that your virtual assistant is fabulous, so obviously her English is flawless, or else you wouldn't be working with her. But what about English? So I'm sure that some people have outsourced in the past and they've had issues. I mean, we've all read articles on the internet that's really not written in English, that it's in English, the words are in English, but really, phonetically, it makes no sense. What about that issue?
Yeah, I mean, I've come across some virtual assistants. When you look at the English on, say, these articles, the grammar's all over the place. It just doesn't make any sense, and it just doesn't seem right. Now, depending on where you look at, like, if you obviously hire someone from the States, for example, a virtual assistant from the States, it will probably cost you at least 5 times more than what it costs you, say, hiring somebody from the Philippines, or, say, hiring somebody from India, for example. There is a bit of a cultural difference depending on which country you go to, and the reason why I specifically target and focus on the Philippines is because, one, they're very, very much in the Western culture, and two, they're English raised up. So therefore, throughout high school, university, they've all been taught very, very good English. And they speak English over there very, very well. I mean, I speak to my virtual assistants pretty regularly as well, and they just talk like as though they're from the States because they've just picked up the American accent and also picked up on the Western culture. So if you go over there, you'll feel like you're just in a little states or America kind of civilization in the Philippines because they've been westernized and culturalized by the Western culture. And yeah, it's you don't have to worry about the English there. I can assure you that you'll find people who are wanting to be virtual assistants will have good English there.
Well, to your point, I actually have to say that I have hired people here in Canada who are in university and with university degrees doing masters in journalism. and their English was a real struggle if I compare it to my own virtual assistant I have, who is also from the Philippines. And the reason I have a virtual assistant is because of, or thanks to you, Tyrone. So I do agree with that. But let's go back to the salary, because I think a lot of people may be listening and watching this and thinking, $400 a month. I mean, you know, you do the math and you're looking at $2, $3 an hour. Is it not exploitation to be hiring people at that low salary, really?
It's mind-boggling, isn't it? I know a lot of people ask me this question. It's a very, very common question. And we've had a debate even on my blog, even in forums, all about this topic. And it's actually interesting. I did this question. I asked people, asked pretty much my readers and said to them, do you think outsourcing is exploitation? And do you think I'm exploiting all these people? And pretty much close to 100% of the people say no. The reason why, and this is feedback, if you want to have a look, you can...